Hello, comic book guys and girls. Welcome to KJ's Porch Puppy Comics. This is episode 51, part 2 of our 50th episode Salad Celebration. And again, I'm KJ with you this morning, and I thank the Lord for you this morning. I thank the Lord. He is a great God, and we serve Him, and we love Him today. And I have some books I'm going to show you today. Again, as I told you, this is the new channel. You can look for the either Bandit. A friend of mine, T. Ravis, had set up a Bandit icon for me. And so you can look for the Bandit icon or and that's Bandit from Johnny Quest, in case y'all didn't know. That's going to probably be the new mascot for Porch Puppy Comics moving forward. I still have the Wolverine on there. As I said, we can't access the old channel. The old videos are still on. So I'm liking you to come on. And when you go on and search for KJ's Porch Puppy Comics, you'll have to probably spell the whole thing out. And I'm hoping that my 63 subscribers will come on and sub up again, like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I'm going to try to put out a couple of more videos between now and Saturday and see if we can get some buzz going. And like I said, down the road, might be able to tell you what at least a little bit I do know about how come the first channel was yanked. Understand that it's been happening to some creators down the road. But anyway, it is what it is. We are yet here through the grace of God. And as I told you from the 50th episode, there is this Green Lantern Corps number 209, circa 1987, dealing with the Rocket Reds and the Russian equivalent to, might as well say, to Iron Man. And one of them ended up being on the Justice League International down the road. Our next book we're showing tonight, this morning, will be Red Wolf. I like Red Wolf, Western character. It's just something about the wolf. I don't know what it is. I've always been a big wolf fan, whether it's just regular wolves or werewolves. I like that type of stuff. But Red Wolf's always been a favorite character of mine. And this is his first issue of his, I think he had ended up running like 7 or 8 issues in this, and I think his first appearance was in a Spotlight #1, if I'm not mistaken. So Lord bless, down the road I'll probably get a Spotlight, Lord bless, and then probably another #1. This one I got in, that's off of eBay buy. It's pretty good. It's in pretty good shape. Of course, it's, as they say, the terminology they use on the networks now, on the channels. It's been loved, but it's still a great book. Everything's intact, staples intact, and it's still a good looking book considering for what it is. Our next book will be All-Star Squadron #2. These are another books that's catching steam. But any books that's dealing with the old World War II characters I like to deal with. And this is Joe Kubert art. And it's a nice book to get your hands on. It was I had the whole run at one time or another. But it's just going back, like I said, picking up stuff for nostalgia purposes. We have All-Star Squadron #3, comic book community. Newsstand, of course. Fighting Solomon Grundy. It's always a party when Solomon Grundy's around. All-Star Squadron #4. And they all going at it. Even got old soups in there. It says Justice Society of America versus the All-Star Squadron. So you know that's a battle to behold. Anytime you got heroes going up against heroes, it's always fun. And keeping with the All-Star Squadron, you all, we have All-Star Squadron #9. This is Robot Man versus Steel, the Indestructible Man. Again, all these are still Joe Kubert. Still a great book to get your hands on. And this one, as you can tell, it's a newsstand, and these books are in real nice shape. And I just like them. You know, if you go ahead and you pick them up, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's just down-home stories. It's just something you can just wrap your head around and enjoy. Next book, All-Star Squadron #13. And these books here that you're seeing, some of them are coming from eBay. Some of them are from the I call it the blessing box, box of books that I was blessed with, and we got going on the annual #1 All-Star Squadron. I always like that cover, the green pops and everything. It's nice. It's nice out there, community. Let's move these out of the way. Keeping with that, we have Infinity Inc. That's another set you want to get the whole run of if you can. Dealing with the children or the offspring of the All-Star Squadron. And in the later issues of this book is where the Todd father, Mr. McFarlane himself, he takes over. And I mean, some of those books in there, and the art is so crisp, it's so clean. And it's just one of them books that if you can ever find them, you usually can find them in the dollar boxes every time you turn around and you find them. You can find the lower issues and before McFarlane took over, and then the latter issues after he quit writing. But the ones that he's in, that he's actually doing the art for, it is hard to find. Now, in your general area, your geographical area, you may be able to find these particular runs, or might be able to find the whole run. But if you can, I'd pick them up if I were you. These next books is a run of Black Hawk. I like Black Hawk too. 267, newsstand. 268, newsstand. Look at those covers, y'all. 269, newsstand. These books are clean. They are exceptionally clean. 270, newsstand. 271, newsstand. Look at those, y'all. Those books are really, really nice. And the Black Hawk, I know that Chaikin done a run. His run was for mature audiences, so it was a little bit more that you want to deal with instead of the action. There was action in it, but I think the language, and it might have been some nudity and everything else in the book, which is why they say a lot of times if it's not a whole lot of violence, then it's for the mature audiences. I saw this in the box too, and I thought, wow, that's cool. And it's got spine ticks in it. Of course, it's black. It's the black suit Spider-Man, as I call it. And this is still the symbiote suit, not just the black suit. But the main reason, and this is one thing, comic book community, you're going to have to really look at. If you got a certain character that you like, you're going to have to figure out where he's at. Because as many times as I've seen this book, never did I know that Taskmaster was back in the back holding Nomad. And he's in the book. And Taskmaster is another great villain that I like. And I said, man, that's just cool. So I'm probably try to hang on to it because of Taskmaster. And again, it is a newsstand. Another book I thought was cool. And like I said, these is in the blessing box. Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon. It's the variant. And it's a nice cover. And again, Taskmaster in the back. And Ron Lim, he done the cover art for that. I like Iron Fist, always have. You know, can't get into the new character yet, but hey, that's just me. Let's move these out of the way. Captain Atom, you all. For you Captain Atom fans out there, I'm talking to you, Brother Rob. Brother Rob probably got the whole collection. I believe he told me he did. And I'm just picky. I'll try to get me a, excuse me. I'll try to get me a first issue, maybe a second, and just have the 1 through 3. And, this particular run of Captain Atom, I liked it real well. They done a whole lot of stuff back in the day. And this is just telling his story. This one here, he's going up against Firestorm. And this cover here, and y'all can comment, where have you seen this cover at? Captain Atom number 8. Where have you seen that cover? And if you tell me where you've seen the cover, you'll get a thumbs up from me. and tell me what you think. But yet, thank the Lord, that's number 8. This is number 15. And as you can tell by these books, they're in beautiful shape. Just like you just went and bought them off the rack or off the, off the shelf or whatever you want to talk about. I mean, and you talking about books from 1988? Oh my goodness, you all, come on. I mean, great day. Next book. Cage. I didn't mind this iteration of Luke Cage. You know, of course, they got him out of the tiara and the yellow shirt and the cavalier boots and everything, and the chain around his waist, and, you know, for lieu of a high and tight, what we used to call him, and the garb he has on, which is cool. They're not doing a whole lot with him now. A friend of mine told me that he's mayor of New York now, which is fine, but, you know, when you look for your street-level heroes, you look for them to be in action. And this is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that he actually went up against the Incredible Hulk. Can't remember how the whole book ended, but it's still a good book to have. Now, these next books, let me hit you up with this one first. This is a Green Lantern Corps, and it's Ion versus Superman Prime. He used to be Superboy Prime, but he's Superman Prime now. And it's still dealing with the Sinestro Corp Wars, and that's part 10. But it's a good battle in here. And it's the only reason why I picked this up. Down the road, you're going to be seeing a whole lot of Blackest Night. I just did not realize, comic book community, how good those books really are. The art is fantastic. The story is phenomenal. And, you know, it seemed like it went right out of one story into another. And, you know, but I mean, it seemed like people just didn't get bored by it as long as the art was good and the story was good. I mean, it tied into every Green Lantern book, but still, it, you know, if I can pick them up later on down the road in the dollar box, or when Brother Matt, hint, hint, has another 50% off sale and I'm able to make it, then maybe I might have to get on up there and see what I can do. But anyway, this next book, and somebody in the comments can tell me, Green Lantern, done by Jeff Johns, Ethan Van Sciver, beautiful book, great book. And I collected this, but I just never remembered this shark. And, you know, the big thing with the king shark and everything else. But this guy here is a whole different animal. It's almost like if he don't feed, the bigger he gets if he don't eat. And he gave Green Lantern a run for his money, and to the point where it's to be continued. So now I got to find an issue 6 of this particular run. And this run here was 05, so it would have been in 06, if I'm not mistaken, comic book community. Yeah, November of 05. So I would remember December of 05 would have probably been the next issue. And so I'm going to try to look for it whenever I get out and get to running. Our last couple of books, the original, at least in the New 52, Suicide Squad. That's an eBay buy. Guy had it for a phenomenal porch puppy price, and I just had to jump on it. I figured it was cool, so let me just hang with that for a little while. And of course, it's got Harley Quinn on the cover. But you know, I don't think I'll pick up the rest of the issues unless I run across a run of them that's porch puppy acceptable. Our next book, me and T. Ravis was looking this one up. As I said in the 50th episode, there's been a run and a rash on 80s cartoons, movies, video games, and seem like all these particular issues and books and stuff are just, people are just grabbing them up, snatching them up. And this was one, I just picked it up. Like I said, it was there in the box. And I'm telling you all, this is 0. This is issue 0. And I want you to look at something here. If y'all can make that out. Me and T. Ravis both got on eBay, looked for the sold listings, the completed sales. Not a whole lot of these books on there, but this particular one, and it is clean. It is exceptionally clean. And so, like I said, it'll be in the collection unless somebody comes up with something that I need and they may want to trade for it. But anyway, as I'm at the 15-minute mark, I'm not trying to hold you all no long period of time. And, so I just want to make sure that, you let your friends, let your neighbors know that Porch Puppy is back online. And again, look for the bandit or Wolverine icon. If you spelling it out, get to make sure you spell it out. KJ's Porch Puppy Comics, and put it in that way. I know if you go to Porch Puppy Comics, you'll still see my videos from my first channel, but apparently I cannot be able to access those. I can look at them like you can, but I can't access them. I can't reach out to my 63 subscribers. So I'm just having to depend on you all by word of mouth, by, subbing up, coming back, subbing up. Maybe we get some new subscribers as we go on. And as I said, I'm going to try to put out maybe 1 or 2 more videos between now and Saturday. We got a big week coming up, big week. But let me leave you with these last 3 books, and then we'll move on. Superboy versus Superboy. Grimmett art, very good book. This is a lead-in to episode 52. Machine Man 2020. This is where they combined all 4 books into 2 books. Barry Windsor Smith art. These books are phenomenal. They are in beautiful shape. So I'm going to leave you with those until Lord bless. Remember, only Jesus Christ can fill that void in your heart, in your soul, in your mind. And make absolutely sure that you're doing everything you can to figure out. I tell you, pray for your children. Continue to do so. If you know prayer, pray for your children. Pray for the schools, pray for the teachers, pray for this country, because it needs much prayer. I love you, comic book community, with the love of the Lord. God bless you, and be on the lookout for episode 52 of the Pickle Barrel. That's all we doing now is just the Pickle Barrel, because all these books you seeing is going in the Pickle Barrel. So we thank the Lord again. I love your comic book community. Have a blessed, wonderful, loving day.